Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to this live stream. Today we're going to talk about zodiac sign Gemini. Who likes Gemini? I do. I do a lot of research regarding Geminis. I have a family member who's Gemini, and today we're going to touch this beautiful zodiac sign. We're going to describe it. We're going to see where is good, where is qualities, where are qualities of Geminis, and so on and so on. Absolutely, if you like these topics, I always apply that you should subscribe, share, like, and participate in this topic if you are a fan of it. Of course, Geminis, a very special zodiac sign, and they are, you know, much very interesting. So they are the twins of the zodiac, as you know. So we're gonna be talking about them today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or message me. I will, if it's in the right context, I will definitely discuss that with you. Now, do you have any family members? Maybe you are Gemini. I mean, in the sense, majority of signs have, you know, this live stream is connected with what's the positive thing in the zodiac sign. All right. Now, absolutely. Let's start first with when are Geminis born? Geminis are born between May 21st and June 21st. And they are absolutely very bubbly personalities, let's say this way. Their element is air, and their ruling planet is actually a badass, so-called. It's Mercury. So Mercury, the first planet, is the ruler of Gemini. They love stones. Their stones is tiger's eye, and they love the flowers are lily of the valley and lavender. So absolutely, we have a lot of things to talk about today, but I'm really happy that we are, you know, connecting towards more details about Geminis. So, you know, and if you look at Geminis are always very much very interested and very interesting individuals. You know, it's like you see two clones in a real life, but in the horoscope, they're very much they are very much up and down. They can shift their opinions, but they're very fast. They're so fast, in a sense. They're fast thinkers, smart, emotional, and they really like to be social, right? But they do have this, I will say, often they change their mind. And that what brings them to the element where there's a lot of, you know, they don't know what to do, actually. Sometimes they have this element of chaos and confusion. But let me tell you, is they get easily influenced, I guess, by the opinions. And they're curious creatures. They like to explore things. So they basically, you know, they want to see. No. Barari. So, ne mogu. So, what is happening here is joj, ne, kako da to uradim sad? Ne. Just a second, I need to, I put the wrong button, so now we have problem. Okay, boys don't take a hint. So basically, what I'm picking up on the Geminis are very positive people. Their spirit color is yellow, and this yellow color is very much like a sun, you know. It's like they also start a summer, and they're very, very you know, actually when it's the end of Gemini, it's actually start of the summer, and they're just into this okay. Dobro. Dobro. Okay. Nevertheless. All right. So we said from 20 May to 21st of June. Write down in the comments when are you born? Yeah. If write it down when you're born. If you're Gemini, when is your birthday? Is it in May? Is it in June? What do you think there's a difference if you are born in June or May? Is there any difference actually? What do you think? Absolutely. There's a lot of just a second. Pozdrav. Pozdrav. There's a lot of elements towards Geminis, and they have a lot of airy energy. What is airy energy in horoscope for Geminis? It's very much I will say no, it's very much intellectual. I will say Geminis are very smart in a sense. They're fast. They do a lot of mistakes, but they are just like, you know, when they reach the older age, they are very wise because they're so like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. I will say Geminis love to travel. They are very fond of that. That's what brings them very, we'll say, curious. They're curious. Some people feel like they're maybe two-sided, and I will say sometimes it looks that way, but they're actually not. Their energy is very much okay. Okay, so I think I did it. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about their traits. They're passionate, smart, dynamic. They like to change their fashion. Actually, they can have like different tastes. They change their ways a lot of times. You know, one day they want to, maybe if you're a Gemini girl, you are tend to change your color or hairstyle, or something you like to change. You always like to feel different. I guess it would say you get easily bored, and that is a very strong energy here on that part. Now Mercury, it's a fine planet. They can be very, I will say, not possessive, but I will say needy. Geminis are very creative. A lot of artists are Geminis. They like to daydream. They also are very, I will say, they like to gift. They like gifts. They like shiny things, or things that are very, I will say, you know, kind of like they pop out. They're unusual, or they like not necessarily shine, but you know that they are inspiring, different. Geminis, they like to date. Geminis are very dateable. They are social. They tend to be also fun, witty. They're also good with words, at communication. They're the best connection, the best qualities for them is, you know, communication. So they're really good at the businesses or at the places where they are actually they you know, where their field is communication. So they're good managers, they're good like counselors, any type of job that needs communication, you know, salesmen. Geminis are good at that, you know. Even, you know, of course, if they are educated and trained well, they can be one of the best, and absolutely that is the case in that. Now, I will say that girls are a little bit different from Geminis. Girls and boys in Geminis are different in a sense that boys tend to be quite, I will say they kind of grow, mature a little bit later. I don't see often a very mature young Gemini. They just have that youth energy. I'll say they're like late bloomers, but women, Geminis, are like that too, but they're sooner. They can be closed off, but they're not, they're explorer, travelers, but they are not too mature, I will say that. They can be responsible, but I think that sometimes they have an element of naiveness, which they need to kind of, you know, they see a lot of good in people, and that can sometimes be a problem. Now, let's tune in with some famous Geminis. Who do you think are famous Gemini? Okay. So, famous Geminis. I think one good representation is, I told you, creative uniqueness, is Johnny Depp. He's Gemini. Chris Evans, actor. Let's go first the actors. Morgan Freeman. Who else? Liam Neeson, Peter Dinklage. You know what's good? I do also know that Geminis can be sensitive, but also can be forgiving. If you approach them, Russell Brand, John Wayne, Colin Farrell, Wayne Brady. Okay. Then, no. What else? Who are other Geminis? Let's go singers. Who are famous singer? Paul McCartney, Blake Shelton, Mel B, Bob Dylan, Ye, Kylie Minogue, Normani, Jesse Nielsen, Aurora Agnes, Lionel Richie, Lenny Kravitz, and who else? Boy George, Patti LaBelle, Faith Evans, Hyuna, Paula Abdul, CeeLo Green, Alanis Morissette. That would be the singers, Geminis. Then we also have actresses. Now, you remember who is the biggest old Hollywood icon? Well, she is Gemini, and that is Marilyn Monroe. Then we have Judy Garland, Angelina Jolie. So you can kind of catch up that they have great sex appeal. They have great, like, charismatic energy. Then we have Natalie Portman, Courtney Cox, twins Ashley and Mary-Kate Olsen, Nicole Kidman, Zoe Saldana, Brianna Gide, Daniela Perkins, Tamara Smith, Yavika Leslie, Jada Marie Johnson. These are a little bit younger actresses or singers. Octavia Spencer. Okay, then we have next Gemini rappers. What do you think? Who is the greatest rapper of all? Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. Then we have Ice Cube, Kanye West, Lisa Lopez. So you see, iconic rappers are actually Geminis, like Kendrick Lamar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iconic rappers. You see, like they're very creative, and so on. Ice Cube, Iggy Azalea, Kodak Black, G-Eazy, Fatty Wap, even more. Oh, Takeoff, who died, unfortunately. Sway Lee, Azalea Banks, Remy Ma. So a lot of rappers, are Geminis. All right, let me see more Gemini criminals. Oh boy, I don't want to know. So one of the craziest and most prolific and most, I will say, shocking serial killer is Gemini, which is, you know, this is not something I think they're proud, but is Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay. Then what else we have? Do we have any other? No, just Jeffrey Dahmer, I guess. And Arthur Shawcross, I know this man, I remember him. He's also a serial killer, quite a big one. Okay, so these two are part of Geminis. Now, do we have any politicians? Now, current president of US, Donald Trump, is Gemini. So we can see the typical swag here. But, you know, as you see, you can also be like, they can be loved. They can be quite, you know, people can be quite unhappy about them. Okay. Yeah, so let's dive into more of who is Gemini compatible with. So I will say Gemini, the best combinations are other air signs, which are, I will say, Scorpios. One are Scorpios. And just a second, the other one. So they go well with them, I guess, would be the right thing to say. So Geminis go with, not Scorpios, sorry, Libras, and they also go well with Aquarius. All right, so sorry, I did a mistake. So they have Libras air sign and Aquarius air sign. They go well together with them. They are the best matches for them because they have an element of air. But of course, always remember it's also important what other planets aspects you have in your natal chart in order to be connected with in a good positive compatibility. Now, most positive things I think with these combinations are they get along good because they both have an element of, you know, they like to explore, they like to change their mind, they like to hear different opinions, they're very communicative, so they get along in that way well. I will say the Geminis are more similar to Aquarius, but less similar to Libras. So I will say sometimes when it suits them to be more similar, but sometimes they can kind of lost a spark if they're too similar. So sometimes Libras are better for the long term. But this is like a minimal energy. It doesn't need to be this way, okay? Now, absolutely, there are a lot of energies here showed regarding these combinations. Now, what they're not good with? I will say they're not the best with, I need to pick one, I guess. Probably earth signs are not their best because earth signs sometimes they can get annoyed with dust, shifting opinions, you know. Sometimes they feel like that Geminis are too into their feelings, but in the way they like each other, because Capricorn likes their Capricorn, or any other like Virgo or Taurus, they like their entertaining part of Geminis. Just sometimes they can get kind of like, they need to have patience sometimes with them, because, you know, changing their mind can be also stressful, I guess, for people who are, they have their own lane dynamic. And also, just a second. Just a second. Okay. Okay, let me just check. Okay, it's fine. Okay, we're back. Okay, so this is exciting topic. I will say Geminis are one of my favorites, even though I'm an earth sign, but I really like them in a sense of entertaining. You know, they can be a good company. They can be very fun. They're always like, they can be a spirit of the party, I guess. They can have, you know, different entertaining ideas, which can be very, very interesting. Geminis are beautiful creatures. Now, how do they get along with specific sign? Let's go. So, Gemini and Aries. What do you think, guys? Are they good? Can they get along? Well, Geminis are really different than Aries, okay? And Aries sometimes they don't have enough understanding of their differences. By that I will say sometimes they lack patience. But in a way, Aries can be also, you know, that way if they see that there is like a positivity in some people. Nevertheless, if there can be, you know, frustrated with their ways or different than them, they can be supportive and loving towards them. So I will say, as long as they don't feel like the Gemini is on the other side, they can go along really good. Now, Geminis, they are very sensitive, more sensitive than Aries is. They like to show more emotions, I will say. So sometimes it goes in that direction that they don't feel enough emotions coming from Aries. But Aries, they show love differently. Okay, so the Geminis need to learn the way they are speaking to them, that sometimes the way they say things, even though it's not emotional in Gemini mind, it can be kind of a expressing way that Aries is saying. So they need to learn the dynamics of emotions there. And now we go to the next one, Gemini and Taurus. Well, also not the best combination, because Tauruses can be really like settled, really like they have their lane. They're not easy to change their mind. They can be stubborn energy there. So Gemini really needs to work on Tauruses. Gemini feels like Tauruses is a hard cookie, and sometimes, you know, they really need to love the person in order to have that patience to, you know, endure that. And then we have the element Tauruses. They are quite, you know, they like to be in a happy place. So definitely they choose to be around Gemini when they're feeling a little bit low. So dynamic is not bad, but not the best. I think that a lot of effort needs to be put in order to be in balance. It's not so natural compatibility. Gemini and Gemini, they are good together. They have similar ways. But if they have too much of earthly energies, they can be really, you know, fatalistic together. But if they are not on the same side, they can be also a big argument starts. Then we have Cancer and Geminis. These two are two very creative and emotional signs that need to express a lot of emotions or show a lot of emotions, even not in a sense, sometimes even too much public, which can be an issue. Sometimes there's a little bit too much talk, you know, and as you know, talk can be very cheap. Talking is not the thing that people want too much. And absolutely, it's a thing that Gemini need to be very much. Just a second. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. So Geminis are quite good with Cancers actually. But sometimes there's too much emotion, okay? Too much emotions are flying around, and although it's a great thing to be emotional being, but it's also important not to be overly emotional, and these two combination can be sometimes too much. Then we have Leo and Gemini. Now this is a combination that can be quite good together. I sense that they complement each other energy. They can have very happy energy together. You know, they like each other qualities a lot. So Leo and Gemini are in general good combination. I will say the only thing that it would be bad is when the communication is shut down. You know, if they don't communicate, they misunderstand each other. They don't understand the communication between them. Then we have Virgo and Gemini. All right, so these two can have a good and a bad relationship. Sometimes they have their differences. Sometimes they have, you know, I will say that Gemini sometimes likes to tease, I guess. And Virgo, although has quite a tolerance, you know, feels like that sometimes that is just too much, okay? So sometimes needs different, you know, a way. It feels like it doesn't like the teasing part, even though that's like a joke, but Virgo sometimes likes to have fun, but sometimes Virgo needs also like a reasonable approach. So sometimes they're not really good at combination. They can have arguments on that part. Then we have Libras and Geminis. These two are good. They have they're dual, both of them. They are two, you know, two sides, two different sides, two opposite sides, two sides that are equal, and it makes great balance in that way. So they're a good combination in that part. They can love each other very much, and they kind of enjoy each other very much. Their energies are very compatible. I think this combination is one of the best with Gemini. On the long, like on an aspect of relationship or marriage stability, I think these two get best in the, you know, getting along. Now then we have the Gemini and Scorpio. Sorry. So Gemini and Scorpio is I think they're too much together. They're too much like of a tease. It's almost like they cannot have a serious connection, because they're always like, they're just too flying everywhere. They're just joking too much, and then when it comes to serious talk, they're both don't know how to really be open about emotions, so it can get really hard on that part. Yeah. I think that is quite the case here. What else? Oh, so I will say not the best combination, because it's almost like they're great at being like a flirts. But when they dive deeper into knowing each other, they're not the match that they expected. So, you know, they have their differences that in the end drew them apart. Okay, then we have GEMINI Sagittarius, sorry. So these two are, I think that they can have a level of creativity together. They can have, both of them are fast. They can get along as a business partners, I will say this too. But, you know, their love should be like, they really need to have a very similar taste to be good partners, because if they're too different, I mean, like in nature, they are just best at being like focused on the building something creative as a business. Otherwise, they're not the best in that way. Then we have GEMINI Capricorns. Oh, this one is a little bit, I will say, unusual combination, but it can get along. But I will say that sometimes the strict energy that comes from Capricorn doesn't suit the dynamic of GEMINI. Sometimes it's, you know, sometimes Capricorn need to be more understanding or more forgiving or more, I will say, sensual towards GEMINIs, because GEMINIs then they feel they're not understood, they're not loved in that way, so that's what they makes them, I will say, very much of not so happy, I will say. So they are in general good combination if they work on each other, you know, but it's not the best union for sure. Okay, Aquarius and GEMINI. That is actually also very good combination. They have this ability to inspire each other, ability to be better with each other. They both have enough tenderness and heart wisdom, so together they can get really along well. They're not bad people. They are not bad people together. They usually have very creative energy. They can really make a good work together, a good relationship together. They really don't tend to have bad relationships, actually. It's really unusual for these two to have like a bad union. Of course, always sometimes where things are not going in the direction right, you need to know that the aspects of planets can sometimes have too much air, too much earth, too much water, you know, too much fire. So together, the sensitivity is very important, and these two have like similar karma, similar chakra energy, you know. That would be the right description. So they're very good together. Then we go with Pisces. Okay, so air and water, they go along. I will say they go along. They're not the worst thing, the worst combination. I will say they give each other enough freedom to be happy, and that is, I think, the good aspect here of this combination. But they don't have this very strong, I will say, they need to explain each other some things, you know. They don't have the first step forward. Yeah. So I will say that they're good good combinations. It can go well together. Yeah, so this is kind of like compatibility. I think, you know, we talked a little bit on personalities, we talked about compatibility, and to touch also the qualities of Gemini. So qualities are big. Qualities are, they're such a good, they can develop into such a good, pleasant, warm people that everybody likes them. They can be very likable. Sometimes they can be a little bit, you know, Geminis tend to have, like, some people can get jealous of them, and Gemini potentially is not such a jealous personality. It can be if it's injustice, but I will say that they're not, at the first glance, they're not jealous by nature. So I will say jealousy is provoked in them, for sure. Absolutely, Geminis are like a little flowers in the garden, and they just need it. They need it. They need sun, they need water, they need people around them to be inspired to they also want to help. They want to help. They do have a sense of them, you know, if they see people in distress, they want to help them. They don't want him. They don't want that they are sad, alone. They don't like people who are hurting. So that's sometimes they are part of this communities where they're trying to fight for some rights, and you know, they are in this type of groups seeking some kind of a justice, you know, and freedom, and you know, they like to speak about changing things that are not working. They don't like violence. You know, they think that you can solve everything with words if you know how to speak well. Yeah, they're beautiful little souls that kind of join people together. They are good crowd pleasers. They can be very witty, very funny. They like to be pleasant. They like being around. So I think the Geminis, they really like to have also not just crowds, but also big families if they're able to, you know, financially. They like having close people around. They're peoples. And also I will say they have a lot of big heart. They like to be forgiving, but they don't forget, right? So they can forgive, but they don't forget, and that's really what is all about. They are in a place where they give second chances, but you know, sometimes they feel like the world is unjust and they're not given second chances. So this is where they get a little bit frustrated, where they can realize that not everything is fair, not everything is, you know, I will say the general energies of the world is like, is there justice? Is there fair energy? A lot of times not. A lot of times there are different issues, different complications happening that affect situations, and it's really hard to get on the fair side, but nevertheless it is good. Yeah, so to say a little bit about me, I'm Lejla Kristal. I'm a psychic, crystal ball reader, tarot reader. You can find me on Lejla Kristal calm. You can have readings with me and I can give you an insight. I use many tools. I'm actually having a big sale right now on Etsy, Lejla Kristal Shop and lejlakris.com. You can check it out. Click on my profile. Also, I would love you to subscribe if you like these topics. I'm gonna bring you more just for support. It's important that you support content that you like in order for me to give you more of this. So that's why it's important that you click the button you like, and click the button subscribe, and click the button notification, and follow, and add to favorites, and so on and so on. It's important that you participate and show love to things that you love. Now, if you like these topics, I will go through some different types of videos. Now this is the third zodiac sign, Gemini. I did an Aries before and a Taurus. You can check on the playlists on YouTube or other social medias, and you can check if you have different. I'm going to be doing the other zodiacs, so if you, this is maybe not your sign, but you should definitely subscribe so you know when the next live or the next zodiac sign is coming. I'm going to do a lot of analysis. I like to talk about astrology, different type of deviations, like from tarot cards, oracle cards, crystals, crystal ball, palm readings, everything. So we're going to go topic by topic, and absolutely I invite you, if this is something you love, you should participate. And of course, I urge you always to tell me what you think in comments. What do you think about Geminis? Do you like Geminis? Do you don't like Geminis? And why is that so? Or is it possible that the Geminis have other ways? And would you like to share it with us, like how is the best, what would you suggest for pairing with Geminis, for example, for partnership, either love or business? Do you have any other suggestions besides I was talking today? I always love to hear your opinions. Of course, be respectful, and of course, don't use any, I will say, you know, be respectful in your comments, and I'm sure we can discuss further. Do you have now Geminis are fun people and we love them, and I think I'm gonna do a poll in the end. What is the most favorite zodiac sign? What do you think? Tell me in the comment what is the most favorite sign of all, like who's most likable in society. Like, you know, you can kind of have a lot of dynamics, but I know for me, I will say it's so hard to say, but my top 3 zodiac signs, what I really like is, I think it would be Capricorn. And first of all, because I'm Capricorn, so I need to be, you know, on my side. That's the first thing. Of course, you need to be loyal to yourself. Now, why Capricorn's on my side? Because Capricorns can be, they can bring this, the right amount of energy and the right amount of mature, real energy, being realistic, but also if you activate with them a lot of creative energy, fun energy. So I think they're just the right combination around the right people. So that's why I think that's good. Then we have, so that will be my first. Now, my second one, I will say, just by the attraction, I think Tauruses are my jam. But I will say that it's not a perfect match, but it's definitely one of my favorite signs. And the third sign would definitely be, because I am a fan of creative, but also wise energy, is, I'm gonna choose between these two. So I'm gonna say top 3, but I'm gonna reveal like more about my top 5. Libra and Sagittarius. And I will say also, just by the creation, I will say Gemini. But I will choose Sagittarius, I think, as my third fave. Just because they have this ability to, you know, be the right way at the right time. And I really like that people can do that. Sometimes I don't like the people who are just not aware of their surroundings, and I will say they're kind of a cool, you know. And that would be like my top 5 to top 3. So first is Capricorn, then is Taurus, and then Sagittarius. And this list can change with time, depends on the experience, but that would be so far. What is your list of top 3? Is it Gemini there? I will say Gemini is in one of my top 5. For sure. Now, why did I choose, and I'm a Capricorn, so why did I choose signs that are actually not they don't have the compatibility element of Earth? I will say that because the Virgo that goes along with Capricorn and Taurus, actually Taurus is, why didn't I choose Virgo over Taurus? I don't know, I think it's because Virgo also suits me, but I just sense that Taurus has more of an energy. Maybe it's just the whole natal chart, but it just has that energy of attraction there. But both are good for me. And I also choose others that are outside of Earth energies, and they're really kind of, I will say, they make me feel happy and good around them. So I chose them. And probably a lot of people thinking like that. So a lot of people also say like, oh, horoscope, that is just like, you know, it's just a lot of B and 3 dots. So I don't curse here. I will say that absolutely there's you know, you believe what you believe in what you click with, and that's fine, you know. We should all express what we feel. It's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely is very important that we believe with what we believe. People can say different things, they don't believe in that, but you know, there's such a high popularity in astrology, you know, so it must be something there, I guess. So the people have spoken, you know, if there's a popular thing, I'm sure that it brings some kind of a positive into their lives. So I will say that you believe it, and you should definitely believe in good combinations. And I think the whole astrology is a very positive thing, because first it uplifts people, it brings some clarity to people. Also sometimes it helps you read somebody better, so you know how to handle it. So it is a tool that is good, and I think that, you know, so it's also like people say like, oh, so there are 2 Geminis, same Geminis, but they're so different. Yes, because they have different other aspects, other planets. Moon is different, Ascendant is different, where is their Mars, where is their Venus, where, you know, different. And you should definitely, when you're doing a horoscope or astrology, you should definitely dive into the other aspects of it. And absolutely, there's a very strong element there. Who gets along and who doesn't get along. Also you need to be very, I will say, expressive and understand that people grow. People have different paths in life. They can grow together. They can have different energies together. There's definitely a lot of, let's call it, you know, we can change, we can grow, we can learn. So sometimes we're not in the right moments or periods in our lives, so we don't get along at always. But there are times that we are meant to be here for a season, of course. But of course, we always strive to belong together, and so on and so on. All right, so I think that's about it. What I wanted to talk today. Absolutely, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for supporting. If you want to have a reading, visit lejlakristal.com or Lejla Kristal Etsy shop. It's having a full-blown sale right now. It's a December sale. It's a holiday sale. You're gonna get a lot of discount on readings. They're really affordable price. So even if you never had a reading, I promise you can try it out, and you can get it at a really, really, really low price. And I do this for a long time, for 20 years, and I have a lot of experience. Specifically, I have love issues, other type of issues. Absolutely, you need to dive. I will listen to you, and I will check your energies, either crystal ball or another type. So don't be afraid to ask. Try it out. Yeah, try it out and see if that's for you. And absolutely, that's definitely something that you should definitely try it out, because it can bring you a good vibe. It can bring you a very good vibe, okay? Yeah. So that's about it for today. I hope you like this GEMINI stream today. It was exceptional, I guess. We are live here on multiple streams. Oh, I forgot to share it. Oh. Okay, let's share it here, so we don't forget. Oh, GEMINI. Okay, GEMINI. Добре. Let's go. Yeah. So we are live on YouTube. Hi YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, and other platforms. So I would love you to follow me whatever app that you use the most. Also interact. Okay, so that would be my beautiful analysis from GEMINI. I hope you like it. If you did, show some love, and also message me if you have any questions. Feel free to ask. And yeah, spread love and positivity, and love GEMINIs and earth signs. So wish you a good day today. Okay, let's go. Bye. So then we have this, and we have this. Yeah, okay. Dobra. Okay, that's it.